Hi guys. Hi guys. It's wonderful to see you all. Hello everyone. Hello. It's so good to see you all.
Yes!
So you guys want to hear me play some music for you? Some music?
Yes!
Yeah? All right. So
Yes!
I'm going to start with some drums from my little friend here.
Good face! Catchy! Midnight school!
You guys want to clap with me?
Yeah. You already recording, brother?
All right, there we go. Now I've got a bass line. You guys like that? Was that fun? Let's play a new one. You guys want to clap to this?
Yes.
Thank you guys. You guys like that one? Was that fun?
Yes.
All right.
It was fun.
Let's keep going.
It was fun.
I,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you. You're all so welcome. It's so lovely to see you. It's so lovely to play for all of you.
This one is she's pushing me. This one she's pushing. Bye.
Bye, guys. Do you need to leave, or can we do one more? What do you think, Darius? Can we keep going? Let's keep going.
Yes?
Yeah, I can keep going if you
Okay,
can.
okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, give us one more. Yes.
Let's do one more, because I know you guys have lots of stuff to do,
Okay.
and you all have to work hard to help each other over there. So I know that you guys have got a lot to do. So I'm so happy to be able to play for you, and I'm so happy to be able to brighten your day.
Yes. Yes, brother.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
Yes, brother.
Mugende mumaaso wali eri. Mujje. Ejangu. Mujje. Wane. Yes. Kama mkuu hivi.
Thank you guys so much. It was so lovely to play for you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all so welcome. Thank you all so much. I'm so happy to play for you all.
Yes, yes.
Darius, thank you so much for getting us together. This was so
Yes,
wonderful.
yes, brother. Yes. So, can meanwhile I show you around as we come back to the children?
Absolutely, yeah. Let's take a look around.
Okay. Okay. Kare kanzige. Kare wemu.
You're all super cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you.
We love you.
I love you all too.
Okay, okay. Kare kanzige. Okay, so kanzige. So I think I can show you around for a meanwhile.
All right.
Okay, Brother Cliff, I think I'm so grateful for this wonderful time that we've been able to catch up together. I think it's one of the golden moments for these children that you're able to play for them some music, and then the guitar, of course, they are enjoying.
I'm so
And,
happy to share it with them. It's a blessing for me.
Yes, regardless of the number of challenges that they are facing at the moment, but at least when you give them such a kind of a music, it gives them a smile. I mean, they feel happy.
That warms my heart. I'm so happy to be able to make
Yes.
them smile and make them dance.
Yes.
Let
So
them have fun.
this is our key. Okay, so this is our kitchen. Meanwhile, I can start in the kitchen. This is where we prepare our meals.
Wonderful.
He's one
Hey,
of the
how you
guys in
doing?
the
welfare department.
Is one of the guys who helps here in the kitchen. You can see they have finished their porridge today. We did not have food, so we had a cup of porridge. I don't know if you are familiar with porridge.
I'm familiar, yeah.
So, yeah, so we did not have a meal for lunch. We only had porridge. So he's now washing the cups. They have finished porridge. So this is where we prepared our porridge from. So this is where we cook. So we put firewood under here, and then we make fire, and then we are able to prepare porridge. So so this is almost where we keep our food, but you can see it's completely empty. There is nothing apart from the firewood. Yeah, you can see it's completely empty where we keep our food. So it's one of the guys trying to clean the cups after taking their porridge. So this is one of the blocks of the buildings.
Oh,
you can see we try to draw.
Yeah,
we try to draw something. We try to draw some pictures, of course, to really make them, make them feel happy, make them comfortable.
It's really nice, and they have their alphabet. That's so cool.
They have, yeah. So we try to draw for them some pictures. Okay, and then so I'm going to show you around. This is one small water tank, which is too small. We use it to collect rainwater when it rains, because sometimes we have a challenge with water bills.
Yes.
You can find at the end of the month our water bills can go up to $100, which is very expensive for us to afford. So we have this small tank which is around 50 liters. So when it rains, we try to harvest some rainwater from up there, and then we use it for a couple of days. and then within days it's done. So we go back to zero.
When you
So
said you have the kids collect the water, sorry about this microphone. Uh, are they collecting the water from there, or do they need to get it from a pump somewhere nearby?
yeah, it's a tap nearby somewhere, but of course we have to pay for
Got
it.
you.
So when it rains, we collect from this water container you've seen, which is too small because we thought we would have a bigger one, but because of the finances, of course, we still have a small one. So when it doesn't rain, then they have to collect from outside.
And it doesn't rain very often, does it?
No, it doesn't. Right now we are it's in fact Uganda we don't always have winter or any we only have rain and sun, so we have two seasons, hot and wet season. So normally from May, June, July, August up to September it's completely sunshine. So it's dry season.
Yeah.
Yeah, then October, November, December, January, February, March, it's completely rain. So that's how our Ugandan weather is. So we try to draw some pictures. You can see keep
Yeah.
girls in school.
Absolutely.
We believe that young girls they need an opportunity to attend school. You know, we need to how we can empower women and we give them,
Absolutely.
courage and all the support they need. So we draw some pictures for them. So this is one of the classrooms that I'm going to show you.
All
This is
right.
one of the classrooms. So it's a classroom during daytime, but at night they use it to sleep in because we don't have enough facilities.
Of course.
So during the day it's a classroom. They sit and then at night they put their mattresses here and they sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So they do sleep on the ground, on the floor, like you've seen. We put mattresses down and then they sleep and then they cover themselves.
Of
But it's a
course.
classroom during daytime.
That's
Okay.
amazing that you have a classroom for them.
Yeah, and then this is also another classroom. You can see their seats.
That's
You can
so
see the
neat.
seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also another classroom. So it's a home at the same times. It's like an academy for them where we give them education from because there are 120 children. These children are too many. We cannot send them to different schools to acquire education. It will be expensive. They will need school fees. They will need the sponsorships, which we don't have at the moment. So what we did when we started this home, we established an academy for them. We talked with the Minister of Education and we said, hey, look, this is a home for the children, for the orphans, but then it's expensive for us to send them to different schools. Why don't we start up a school for them within the home? And then the Minister of Education said, yeah, I think it's fine. So what we did, we started for them a school within a home. So we teach them from here, they eat from here, and they sleep here.
That's
So that's
amazing.
why,
All that you do for them. I mean, you're not just
yes,
providing
so
them a life, you're providing them
yes,
opportunity.
yes, opportunity and education. So you see, we draw some good pictures. Elephants. You know, when you talk
Yeah.
about Africa, when you talk about Africa, you talk about elephants.
Of course, yeah.
So,
And when you talk
so we
about
draw some
dinosaurs,
good.
when you talk about Africa,
Definitely, yeah,
all
of
the
course,
dinosaurs on the plains.
absolutely. So we make sure we draw these kind of good pictures for them, to keep them around. And then this is also one of our block buildings. They are not in that good condition, but of course it's what we have at the moment.
Of
And
course.
yeah, so this is also another classroom. So what we do, we divide it. You can see we divide the classroom. Yeah, so that they can use one part to sleep in and another part as a classroom. So that's our board where we write for them,
Yeah.
where we teach them from. So this is also a classroom. So seats are also one of the challenges. So sometimes they have to sit on the floor like the way you sit,
Right.
and they acquire education. So seats are also part of the challenges. So this is also another classroom.
I mean, food and water are so important that you always have to be pushing to get that. Getting seats for
Definitely.
people is the second priority. I absolutely understand.
Definitely, yes, yes, yes. Food and water is the priority, very, very top number one priority, of course. Like I told you that when this COVID-19 pandemic hit, the world, everybody was affected, I think, including you as well, because as a musician, you might have been affected so much. I know most of your music shows and gigs were cancelled.
Oh, they're all gone. Yeah.
Yes, and of course, it didn't almost affect you. It also affected us as
Yeah.
Uganda is. Uganda is one of the poorest countries almost in the world,
Yes.
and we are a 44 million people in Uganda, 44 million people. But I can tell you that 44 million people, we only have 55 intensive care unit beds. So you
Right.
can imagine,
It's
yeah,
yeah.
you've got. So when such kind of we've seen in the countries, of course, like your country in USA, we have seen in countries like Europe, Italy, China, where these pandemics have hit them so much. We are talking about developed countries which have got facilities, of course,
Of
but
course.
they have been defeated at some moment.
Yeah.
So what about when it comes to a country like Uganda, where you have got only 55 intensive care units in the whole country
Yeah.
of 44 million people, and then when such kind of a pandemic hits you, then that's a huge challenge. I mean, you cannot survive it at all.
No.
And so far we have 800 cases in the country right now as I'm talking,
Wow.
and we
800
have
for
been
44 million people. Yeah.
yes,
That's
yes, it's
far
for
too many.
400 million. Yes, and we've been under lockdown. We've been under lockdown for 3 months now.
And I wanted to say to the people who are going to watch this, you also told me that we need soap. Hey guys. Hey all of
Yes,
you. But we need soap to take care of their needs to
yes,
protect them from
yes.
the
So,
coronavirus as well.
so yes. So I was still explaining to you that when this lockdown hit Uganda, of course, Uganda had to announce lockdown.
Of
They
course.
had to announce lockdown. So we've been in lockdown for 3 months. Now, no access to public transport, no access to, public places. We have curfew that starts at 7 p.m. up to 6 p.m. So that has been a big challenge. But of course, Uganda, most people here, almost 90% of the people here in Uganda, they work from hand to mouth. These are the people who go, they work, they eat, and then the day ends. And then they wait for tomorrow. They don't have.
Oh, I think our video froze.
Hello, you're
There
there?
we go. There we're good.
Yes, that means when you tell these people that, hey, go home, no more working, then you are sending them to die. Of
Yeah.
course, they will have nothing to do. They work from hand to mouth. They don't have anything to save. So it affected us as the orphanage, of course, because most of the local people here that were giving us the small support that we survive on, when they stopped working, they stopped giving us any support.
Of course.
So we could not afford anything, no food, no soap, and of course they tell us every day, hey, look, you have to wash your hands, you have to sanitize every day, because you have to prepare and avoid COVID-19. But when
Yeah.
you tell people that wash your hands, and we don't even have a single soap, that's a huge problem.
Yeah.
Leave alone the single soap. We don't even have food to survive on a day. So
Yeah.
how will you tell people that, hey, look, buy soap when they don't even have food to eat? So it has challenged us so much, like in the orphanage, of course, telling us to have soap, we cannot access it, food, we cannot access it. Like I've showed you, kids have to take a cup of porridge,
Yeah.
only one a day. Then at night, if we happen to get some food, then that would be a huge blessing. So it's one of the big challenges that we are facing, and I think that's why I've been able to to reach out to you and other people that, hey, look, I think there is something that you need to understand. However much we are all blessed, but our blessings are not the same. Maybe people there are blessed in their own way, and here, so our blessings are not the same. And I think it's a good idea when one shares part of his blessings.
Absolutely. And this, as hard as we are suffering in America, oh, that's wonderful. I mean, none of us are experiencing anything like what you all are going through. So no matter how hard we are feeling it in America, all of us could spare at least $5 that will add up, or just any small amount. If we can, we can give something to people who need it more than us. No matter how much we are suffering, we can always give something.
Yeah, because to me, I believe that $5 may not be something much, but it can provide this child a meal of the day. It can give a child a meal of the day.
Yeah, and that's unbelievable. That's a huge blessing to be able to feed a child. And but I'm saying to my audience too, who are going to watch this, if only one person gives $5, that'll feed one child. But if each of us give $5, we can all help together.
Yes, because right now we have 120 children from the age of 3 years to 15 years. You see, and maybe to the ladies who are going to watch this clip, I think it's something they need to know, that we have the teen girls who are of age of 10 and above. These girls are right now experiencing their menstruation periods.
That's right.
And to access feminine products, these sanitary pads, is a very, very big challenge for us right now. And you find that most of them are using these green leaves that you're seeing up here, to control the situation, which is a very sensitive situation to a girl child.
Yeah.
And some of them are using boxes, like pieces of boxes.
Yeah.
Some of them are using old clothes, to control the situation, which is a very big challenge, because most of them are being ashamed. Most of them are humiliated. They cannot even move in the public because they are facing this kind of challenge. So we believe a challenge of a sanitary pad to a girl child here is a very, very big issue that I believe people need to give attention to, especially the ladies, and of course they can understand this situation more than any other person.
Well,
that
thank
they
you
need
for
to
bringing that issue too, because I don't think a lot of Americans would. They would think about food and they would think about water. They might not think about soap, even though we're during coronavirus. But they wouldn't think about sanitary pads for sure, because they just can't understand the depth of the problems that you all are facing.
Yes.
But even you're able to provide so much fun and happiness for them. You're giving them so much. It's really incredible, and I really hope we can do what we can to help them from afar.
Yes, it's not easy, but of course I have a team behind me. I'm not working alone. We're a team of 10 people. We have, of course, a team responsible for the girls. We have a team responsible for the young boys. We have someone who cooks for them. We have someone who keeps the security around, because at the end of the day, we are trying to make sure that we don't move out. I myself, I cannot move out of the gate.
Yeah.
Because if I move out, I'll put their lives in danger. Yeah. Most of these kids, to clarify, most of them are living with HIV and AIDS, and you know what that one means.
Yeah.
So when such kid, he or she is having already health problems, and then he or she gets like coronavirus, then the child will have to die definitely.
Yeah.
So I and my team have to keep inside here. We cannot move outside. We have to keep inside here to make sure that we provide them security. That's the number one priority, of course. Because once I go out, I get the virus, I come in here, then that will be a huge problem. So we have to keep around here. We don't move out. If there is any food, we have to order, and then the food is delivered at the gate of the orphanage, because like they see, we have the gate. So when food comes, they have to deliver at the gate, and they cannot come inside.
Yeah.
So that we protect the kids from accessing the virus, and of course we have to keep them inside here. So that's what we do. We are a team. I'm not working alone. We're a team. They all do a number of responsibilities, of course, and when we get anything small, like any penny, we have a financial team that sits down and plans for that small funds, gives the accountability, gives the financial report to make sure that however small or big it is, it benefits the children. However small or it is, it does the work that is intended to do. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we give accountability, we give a financial report, we send pictures of anything that we could have bought for for the children.
Well,
So that's
and
something
that
also.
that makes my job easier too, as someone who wants to help. I can share this with others and tell them, I can promise you, I can show you, I can prove to you that this money is going where it needs. It's not going to be wasted. They are this accountability helps us push for you to get more donations.
Yes, yes. Of course, we always have books of accounts, and any donation that comes in, we make sure we account for it, and we are always in position to give the accountability, to give the breakdown of everything, and we are always in position to provide pictures, of to show the evidence that we have bought food for the children and children are eating, and also we are always in position, to provide such kind of live videos to the people around, show them what's happening, show them all the activities that are happening, to ensure that we keep, because we believe that transparency and accountability is very vital, especially when you are dealing with such kind of organizations. You have to be very much transparent, you have to be very accountable, and not only for the funds but for the lives of the people that you are handling. So it is one of the key, major issues that we have in the orphanage here, and I'm happy that I have a financial team behind me. I'm not an individual, I have a financial team which ensures that at least everything comes in here, it is used in its right channel, it is used in the right way, and it benefits all those that is intended to benefit. And the reports are always given out. At least every month we give out a report of what we have achieved and what we have not achieved, and what are the challenges and what are the expectations. So at least every month we always come up with a report, show the people that this is what is happening, and maybe we need support here, we need support here. At least that's how we've been able to work together as a team.
That's really great. And I'm also going to say, for anybody who's watching this in the future,
Mm.
if we make donations now, that's going to help them today, and they very much need it. But don't be afraid to make a monthly donation. Don't be afraid, even if you can only give a little bit. Maybe you can just give a little bit every month, and that way we make sure we can have a constant stream. And I'll probably be doing more concerts for you guys if you would like. If this is successful, we can keep this up, and we can keep making sure we can keep the money going, and this isn't just a one-time thing, because we need to help our vulnerable communities around the world, and these children need our help.
Definitely, yes. So you can see now this is where the girls sleep. But of course, like I've told you, sleeping materials are also a huge challenge. We don't have enough mattresses, so they have to all, you can imagine this small room almost covers 15 girls who sleep inside here.
Of course,
So they have all to, lay themselves down, and then they sleep, and in the morning they move out. So this is also a girl's room where they sleep. So you can see their books in the corner there. You can see where they keep their clothes in those bags and metallic suitcases. Yeah, so it's where they keep their items from.
Do they have their own sets of clothing, or is that a shared? Do they each get their own drawer, or is this kind of, do they all share clothing?
Some of them have, but some of them, of course, share, which is also not healthy, because we believe that at least each kid needs to have, his or her own shirt and a dress.
Especially during coronavirus, yeah.
Yes. So it is also one of the challenges.
For sanitary reasons, normally, of course, yeah. I was just curious, yeah.
So this is also where they sleep. So you can see our mattresses are not all that good, but of course that's what we have.
Yeah,
and
it's better than the floor.
Definitely, yes. So it's better than the floor, so they share, and they are able, to feel happy regardless of how it looks like. but of course they are happy because they are not where they used to be.
Yeah.
For them, they believe they are in a better position right now and they're in safe hands than being in the streets, being in families that do not give them any support.
Yeah.
So they believe they're in the right hands regardless of the challenges, like lack of food, lack of water, soap, sanitary pads, clothes, but at least they believe
Well,
they are in the right position.
you're able to provide so much for them, and also the fact that you have access to the world outside of Uganda, you're able to talk to people like me and able to get more resources, and that might not be something. They might not be coming from a home where someone has something like a cell phone that they can do a video call and try to get donations to help them.
Yes, yeah, like in 2000, I think it's 2017, I had an opportunity to meet a band from Chicago, Illinois. I don't know if if you have heard of them before. They are called Hen House Prowlers.
Hey guys. I haven't, but you told me about them, and that's so wonderful that they were able to do that. Hi guys.
Yes,
Hi.
I met those guys, and we had, of course, a good talk. I know people of them might be familiar to a band called Hen House Prowlers. I think it's led by a guy called Ben Wright, and then some other amazing guys there. So they happened to spend some time with my kids during their tour to Africa, and we had an amazing chat, and they had a good time with kids. They entertained them, and so it is also something that I thought was good for me and my team, to be shown all over the world that at least we have something that we are doing which is genuine and which is a big cause for people to know, and people can come up and come together and support with the little they can. So that was also a good move for such a kind of a band from United States to come and visit us, and then come and visit us and then have some chat with kids.
Hey guys.
They are all having fun.
They're having so much fun.
Yes.
I love seeing how happy they are and all that you're doing for them. I mean, considering everything that they're going through, you're really providing them a chance to be happy. And that's just
yes.
It's
we believe we are doing the right job, and I'm happy that I have the right people. All the committed members, regardless of anything, these guys are not being paid. They are not being given any money, but they are all sacrificing. So these are part of our toilets, of course. I know I have to show people what's happening here.
Of course.
So they are not all that good toilets, but of course, that's what we
it's
have.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, I mean.
Better than nothing, yeah.
Yes. So I would be in position maybe to take up a few questions for the people who will be watching this so that they can get, good clarification and good information on anything they would love to know.
Well, I'll make sure if anybody has any questions when I post this video, I'll make sure to tag you. They can ask you anything they want to know. If they're unsure about anything, if they want to know anything about the orphanage that we didn't cover today, they can contact you. They can talk to you, and we can have this conversation for sure.
Yes, we have small gardens for the children where they normally, during weekends, they spend some time, and but of course we have long-term plans, brother. Like I told you, at the end of the day we want to become a self-sustainable project. We don't want to keep on depending on donations all the time. So we have a lot of.
Is it hard to grow? Like, would it be hard to grow food given the climate and the lack of water?
In fact, that's what one of the proposals that we have. We believe that we would like to hire a big land, like 5 acres of land, which can be found here in
like outside the orphanage, we can hire a big land, and then we can, of course, carry out agricultural project. We can encourage our kids, and then the staff, we can grow our own food.
Yeah.
That we are looking at the end of the day that this food will not only support the orphanage with something to eat, but of course we can use part of the food to the children, and then we can sell part of the food to get some money that can facilitate other activities in the orphanage,
Yeah.
like the water bills, like the electricity bills, like the scholastic materials, books, pens for them.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what we have, of course, in one of our proposals that we have on the paper. That if we can get someone to, fund us with a agricultural project, we can hire land, and then we can hire tractor to help. Of course, we are looking at also that this, if we achieve this kind of a project, it will not only benefit us with food, but of course, children themselves, they will have to learn skills.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
they will
also,
learn.
if you're stuck always needing donations. Hey there. If you're stuck always needing donations and trying to just get through the day, if you need to, you need to have an investment so that you can pull yourselves out of something and be able to provide for
Yes.
yourselves.
Yes,
But
because
if you have nothing, you're never able to get past that ground floor.
Because we believe that if we had our own food, like this COVID-19 wouldn't have affected us so much if we had our own garden.
That's
We
right.
would
You wouldn't
definitely
need
go.
to get deliveries. Yeah.
Yes, we would definitely go to the garden and harvest our own food and eat it. But of course, we did not have such kind of a project that would sustain us. So that's why we were almost very much affected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so that's one of the proposals that we have. Of course, we're also looking at having a big water tank, like the one that at least can contain 1,000 liters.
Wow.
We can also have it here so that when it rains, we are able to harvest too much water, and then that water can take us for some days and days and days. So I think maybe you can ask any other question for people who'd love to know more. Of course, I'll be able to send you most of our information on your email address.
Absolutely.
And
Send me everything, and I can share it with people. I think, honestly, you've answered we've talked about all the important things I feel like we've talked about in this conversation. And I think we've covered just about everything anyone would need to know to understand what you all are going through, what your mission is, and how we can help. But if anybody has any other questions, they can absolutely ask me, or they can ask you, and we can keep the conversation going to make sure everybody understands everything that's going on and how they can help, and to make sure that they feel confident that their help is going to the right place.
Yes, that's very true, and that's definitely. We believe I will send you more information, and then you'll be able to share it, of course. And then if you are in position, maybe like of setting up a small fundraiser that those who are because we believe at the end of the day, if we don't give these children opportunity, these are very innocent kids who didn't know anything. These are the kids who lost their parents at a very young age, so they are very innocent children who needs an opportunity in life, because we believe you never know within these kids you might get presidents within them, you might get lawyers at the end of the day, you might get you members of parliament, you might get judges, pilots, journalists.
Absolutely.
So we believe if they are given the opportunity they need, and I'm sure, of course, we can. We have most of the families, they have got pets, they have got dogs and cats. These pets are being fed. They are being fed.
Yeah.
But at least if one can say, today I'm sacrificing my cup of coffee for one child, I can buy him or her a plate of food with my cup of coffee today. And maybe if one can say, okay, today
and also
I'm
in America, all the Starbucks are closed anyway, so you're not buying your latte. So please donate instead of the coffee that you wouldn't have bought today.
Yes,
Everybody
yes, of
can
course.
afford a small donation, but it'll add up. Anybody who's watching, please donate whatever we can, because we can see how much we need to help.
Yes, yes. That will be an opportunity, of course, for them. And you have got, of course, those ladies who'd love to say, okay, I'm not going to buy makeup. I can try to buy my fellow, female a sanitary pad in Uganda. That would be something, very amazing if a girl today, receives a sanitary pad, for her menstruation periods. We need to embrace their red days. These menstruation periods are natural. You cannot avoid them. You cannot stop them. They have to come. And
It's
it's our
perfectly normal,
responsibility.
and they shouldn't have to feel humiliated to experience
Yes.
something natural.
Yeah, because you'll find at the end of the day, these girls, she cannot even move out of the room to walk in the, within
Wow.
fellow kids. Some of them, when they are seated in class and they are studying, when she stands up and maybe the blood is all over the bench, all over the seat,
Yeah.
and she has got, of course, the boys will have to laugh and she'll have to run away and she'll have to feel embarrassed. So those are some of the challenges that we are trying, to avoid at the end of the day. Because what happens next when this girl gets such a kind of a shame, he or she will run out of the school. She will become a school dropout.
Yeah.
And I've seen it besides the orphanage here. I've seen it in the community around us. We have seen girls getting pregnant at the age of 14, 15, 16. We call it teenage pregnancy, because these girls, they need some of these items, and when they don't have them, they will have to look for men. They'll have to look for men to give them these kind of items. What happens at the
Yeah.
end of the day? They will have to exchange. A man will say, hey, if you need money to buy pads, I'll not give you the money. We must sleep together.
Of course.
This is a very young girl, which of 13 years, 14 years, 15 years. At the end of the day, the girl gets pregnant. Her future is gone. She has
She
lost
has nowhere else to
everything.
turn. Yeah.
Yes, because she wanted something small. She wanted just a mere sanitary pad, to keep her in school.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that we need. And of course, by providing such kind of essential needs, it has kept them, in good shape. It has, kept them in school. At the end of the day, the girls they will feel, they will feel safe in the environment. They will feel confident in the society. They will feel safe in the community. And one girl will move confidently, knowing I'm safe, I can move. But it will be very shameful if a girl cannot really walk from here up to there because she fears people will see blood flowing all over. It is a very shameful thing that we need to work on together and come together and see how best we can solve this kind of a problem.
Thank you for explaining that, because I certainly wouldn't have thought of all of those extra implications, and I know a lot of people in America would have never made that kind of connection of just what happens if you don't provide for someone who's feeling shame, just how that can get out of control and what that can lead to if we can't provide someone's basic needs.
So I think that is something also that people need to give, an ear and listen and think about how best they can, come up with a solution. Of course, we've come up with a number of solutions. We are looking at. Someone was telling me from USA that, hey, can you access diva cups within your area? Of course, diva cups are not so common here, and you cannot easily access them. But of course, we are looking at if we can access reusable sanitary pads that a girl can use it today. Then we can be able to provide for her water. She can wash it with hot water and soap if people are able to provide soap.
Yeah.
And then a girl will keep that sanitary pad safe, and then the next time she goes in the period, she'll get the same sanitary pad and she uses it, you see.
Yeah.
Then after using it, and then she'll be able to wash it and keep it. So we
That
think
way
that
you
is
don't have to
something that
keep getting donations every time you run out of pads.
Definitely, yes. So that's why we need to see how best we can purchase these kind of reusable sanitary pads, so that it will be a long-term solution. It will help
Yes.
the girl. We don't want something that a girl will use today, she throws it away, and
Right.
then at the end of the day, she'll have nothing to use when
Yeah.
periods come again. So we
We
want
need
to have
long-term
something that
solutions.
can.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes. We need long-term solutions that a girl can use at least for 1 year. Then, by the end of a full year, we will have another solution that will be on the table. Of course, we will have come up with other ideas that we can use, to solve such kind of problems. And of course, we have got kids. We have, of course, like I've told you, here we stop on grade 7. So and here in Uganda we call it primary 7.
Hmm.
So at the end of primary 7, these kids are supposed to go to high school, what we call secondary school, and that has been also a challenge. But of course we have some 4 to 5 people from I think Chicago and Colorado who are sponsoring some 5 girls with secondary school education.
Wow.
These Yes, they decided to take up these girls, and then they are paying for them school fees. Of course, one would love to sponsor also one girl with her high school education, and this girl pays $250 per month. Sorry, per year.
Wow. That's nothing.
Yeah.
That any of us can
Yes.
afford that. So
Yes.
if you're interested in, if you're watching, if you're interested in sponsoring a child when they grow up and they want to go on to high school, secondary school, this is an opportunity. You can sponsor one of these children, and then that can help them. Again, we're talking about opportunities. We're not just talking about helping them survive, but actually being able to grow and escape this cycle of poverty. So a small gift of $250 a year. Hey there. Hey guys.
Mm,
It can really help them so much more.
mm, mm. I think that is something that they can consider. So,
So today we want to talk about having people donate just because we need food, we need water, we
yes,
need
yes, we need
sanitary
food,
pads,
water,
we need
we
school
need soap.
supplies,
Yes.
and we want to help for future investments, things like building the water tank and things like building agriculture. But aside from that, you can also, on top of that, you can be sponsoring a child and helping them with a scholarship, a very affordable scholarship that will pay off so much more than what you give in.
Yes, yes, because a child pays $250 per year, and this money, on top of this money, a child is given medication, food, uniform, books, and of course education. So you can see that $250 may not sound much, but it will help
It
a
goes a
child the
long
whole
way.
a full year. Yes, a full year. I mean, think about how much money you spend in a day, how much money you spend on coffee, how much money you spend on makeup, how much money you spend on so many things, and and
Things that
and,
we
and
don't
think
need,
about it.
and
Yes,
people
yeah.
need. We're talking about things people need versus things we waste money on as Americans.
Yes, yes, yes. And then, of course, we are also looking at how best we can. Of course, in the orphanage, we don't have a computer yet, and we need at least anyone that could be having any used up laptop, like an old laptop that one no longer uses. We feel that it can also help these children learn new skills on the computer because they don't know how to use a computer. Some of them have never seen a computer, you
Yeah.
know.
So
So we
if you
believe
have
that.
any old computers, if you're watching this, if you have any old computers you're trying to get rid of, they still work, and you just haven't, it's not worth it for you to sell them. If you want to donate, these children can use it because we know that computers equal opportunity. So that would be an
Definitely, yes.
incredible gift.
Mm.
Even if the
So I think,
orphanage just has one computer, that could change their lives.
yes, yes, one can help very much, and they can learn skills. They can also learn how to, use this social media and technology. So we believe that, okay, that's something I think we can discuss about next time as part of the long-term solutions. But for the moment, one of our challenges and the urgent needs is food, soap, sanitary
Yes, and
pads,
that's most
scholastic
important
items. Yes, that's what we are
because
focusing
we're in
on at the moment.
crisis. Yeah,
Mm, mm,
we need
mm,
to help.
mm.
We're all in a global crisis, and we need to take care of the people who are most vulnerable. So we need. It's great to be thinking about these long-term solutions, and I think it could be such a incredible thing to help for all of us to help the orphanage to grow. But for right now, we just need to help them get through this crisis and help provide for them because, like we said earlier, all of their donations have dried up from the area because no one in Uganda is working. Just like all of us in America are out of work, they're out of work too. And that means that there's no money coming into the orphanage now. So all of us who can afford to give, uh, we should be helping out whoever we can. But also, even if we don't have much to give, again, like I said, just a small $5 donation, a $1 donation, if a bunch of people do that, all of a sudden we have hundreds of dollars to give. So please do whatever small part you can afford. Uh, these kids really need our help.
Yes, definitely. They really, really need something to survive on at the end of the day.
Well,
Okay,
Darius, I
brother,
should
I
probably
think.
let you. Yeah, this has been wonderful.
Mm,
I'm gonna post this video soon, and I hope we can raise lots
yes.
of money for you guys. And we'll stay in
Mm,
touch.
mm.
We'll keep doing this. Uh, we'll keep learning about what you guys are doing uh, to improve yourselves and to help their lives and how you all are doing. So we'll stay in touch. We'll stay on top of this, and we're gonna
Yes.
hopefully this won't be a one-time thing, and we'll be able to keep money flowing into the
Yes.
place to help you all.
Most definitely. Yes. Yes. So thank you so much, Brother Cliff, for giving us this wonderful opportunity and giving these kids a second chance in life. I'm sure they'll be so happy to know that there are some people out there who think about them, who believe that they need to have a second life and they need to have something to eat and survive on. So it's an opportunity for us that you people, you can be able to come up and share the small that you have, uh, share part of your blessings. I mean, share part of that God has given you, and share with those that are really, really very much in it. I think COVID-19 has proved us all of that we nothing matters apart from we staying breathing. You only need to stay breathing, and nothing matters at the end of the day. So we believe that it is an opportunity for us to share the little that we have got and the little that we have with those. You know, you
That's right.
you, you
If we
don't
have enough
you
to
don't
provide for ourselves, our basic needs, then we have enough to give too.
absolutely, yes. You don't give because you have much, but you know how it feels to have nothing completely.
Exactly.
Yes,
That's a better way to say
yes,
it.
mm, yes. So we believe that you know together, one, two, three, and four, it can really, really feed someone.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so
Mm.
much, Darius. We'll talk soon. I will post this video soon, and we'll
Yes.
start raising money.
Thank you so much, brother. I'll be able to send you more information in the email address that you can be able to share with people and see how best we can come up with this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for showing me around, and thank you for sharing me with your kids.
Okay, brother. God bless you so much. God bless all of you people. God bless United States, and I hope peace will come very soon, and you guys will have the best that you need in life.
Well, thank you so much, and we're going to be doing the best we can provide for you as well.
Okay, brother. We appreciate you so much.
Take care, Darius. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, brother.